Alright, I am back. Should we wait for one more person to join the counts? If you are watching and you want to join, !join pronouns. Ooh, the person with 600 viewers stopped streaming. And what faction is Kato? Is Katori here? Katori? Maybe Katori left. Hold on. That's right. Well, we could start. Maybe Katori joins. Maybe Katori got off. Thyrus, are you okay with being... You want me to start or you want me to wait for someone for you? Start? Okay, I'll start. Okay, council introductions, right off the bat. Now that you're the queen, your first duty is to meet with the council of nobles. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdoms, the wintry north, the desolate east, and of course, the wealthy coast. Start with the north. Tony, good luck in the days ahead, your highness. You'll need it dealing with us lot. Thyrus, an honor to finally make your acquaintance, your grace. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. Polishman, a pleasure, your esteemed highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy again. Well, wealthy under your reign. The council immediately fills with raised voices as nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sign and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. I still struggle to read this after like this being the 8th time. Alright, we'll start with the coronation. Yeah, game's like $5 on stream, right? Steam, right? I got it gifted to me. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? To delay any longer would make the nobles restless, and when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. We wouldn't want that, I suppose. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens. Let's get this over with. Alright, whatever y'all want. Alright, we got a tie vote so far. Alright, I won the vote. Dignitaries arrive from all corners of Seleth-Oth, and it's only appropriate you show off. A trained eagle drops a ruby-encrusted crown atop your head as you stand on a golden podium. The odd crowd includes such influential figures as the Duke of Sol, the Prince of Tavaline, and even a pearl bearer from Atesh. Lucrative trade deals are struck at the evening feast. Only Grand Pensionary of Kirk is not in attendance. The Republic, after all, is fundamentally opposed to the very concept of monarchy. A path to victory. Your Majesty, when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? As the greatest queen who ever lived. I see, you're the type who likes to build lots of statues of yourself, aren't you? I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving your authority as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I'll discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck. Arda, welcome. Are you going to, if you join, you will be on, well, we all know how this game works. Logically, you'd be on the count, but realistically, you're gonna be on another team. So let's see. Oh my god. The teams are even. Welcome, Arda. I'm a count. It's tough. Thank you for joining. Marta of the Otter clan, eccentric northern godspeaker, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, droning as if in a trance. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter Queen Chara. How do we make that happen? Alright. Chiefs, what you doing? Tony and Otter. What's happening? Okay. I hope it's authority. I pray it's authority. Please be authority. No! The chiefs plan to swap the real queen for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, defiance 4 or less. Have the lowest defiance in 4 seasons. Vanja of the Arda Dynasty, eccentric Eastern enigma, leans delicately on a podium, sighing. My fellow counts, in ancient times, the East was its very own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false queen wears the crown. Alright, counts, what y'all doing? Oops. I must have... What? Alright, highest farming. The Counts plan to summon an ancient famine demon that will devastate all other regions, paving a clear path to the throne. First, they must ensure the East can withstand the famine. To advance their scheme, the Counts must be the region with the highest farming. Alright, let's look at it. Irina of the King Israel family, notorious coastal rapscallion, scribbles with a well-used quill on hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than Queen Chara. Something must be done. What is going to be done? You should raise authority. Go sorcery. Alright, lower stability. The patricians plan to replace the Queen's advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove they're doing a bad job. Stability 4 or less. Claimant half-settling bastard. Without word, Count Thyrus Sendria hands you a blood-red envelope. It is sealed with white wax in the shape of a skull. Inside is a beautifully written invitation to an event called the Crimson Vigil. It is due to take place on an autumn night later in the year. I'm busy, I'm afraid I'll be busy on that date. You have made your choice. Oh, fuck. Whenever I see these, I misread them. And I'm like, I need to get others higher. You have made your choice, and I can't say I'm disappointed. I can't say I'm not disappointed. Oh well, Counts, I don't want to go to your blood ritual, your little chase the queen thing. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards, the chiefs with their most famous war heroes, the Counts with the Knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, and the patricians offer their greatest gladiators, champions of the arena. Fortunately, we can't recruit Eastern Knights. There's been a major scandal. I was literally just about to recruit the Counts. Some of their poetry was plagiarized. They won't come to the capital unless this blows over. You need to pick someone else. I've made my decision. Without question. Give me the oily boobs. I will make the arrangements at once. Of course, Polishman. I didn't even look at chat. I just was picking it. The gladiators arrived a few weeks later. The men are bare-chested and the women are underdressed, eager to show off their bodies as much as their weaponry. They gathered behind your throne and began oiling themselves up. Let's go. Yeah, gladiators. You know I love them, Polishman. Greetings, your August Majesty. Some fine news from my workers on the coast. A baby has been born on your birthday, bearing a birthmark in the shape of the number 9. A fantastic omen. Perhaps we should mark the occasion? Hell no! I just feel like y'all are gonna vote D, so I just gambled it. I had a shocking suspicion. So I'm trying to dissuade y'all by making me lose 200 gold if y'all don't vote it. Alright, now we wait for the Chiefs. Alright, I shall be ending the vote now. Everyone has voted. Fuck, I want to do this, but I want money. But I'll do it anyway. Your esteemed, my humble thanks, your esteemed highness. That's too kind. There is another matter. They asked your permission to name the baby after you. What do you think, your august majesty? As long as the baby's not ugly, I shall assess the baby's appearances and act accordingly. Polishman, I have full faith in you to tell me. True to his word, Lord Patrician Polishman lets you know that the baby is perfectly adorable and therefore suitable for the name Chara. A child of the coast named for you. Who knows what sort of person this baby will become? You can only hope you're around to see it. Alright, auction time, everyone. I started the auction. Patrician's 1F. Counts 1E, and Chiefs really don't want anything. You need 50% of the votes for that money? I did not know that, Arda. Thank you. People just throwing money. Was that you, Polish? Oh my god. I would like to do like a week-long Dynasty, but that's kind of hard to do. King Andrew, when you do that, I think it throws your max money. Yeah, it did. Oh, I didn't know that. That was surprising to me. I thought people just did that as a joke. Alright, so stability down, military up. A blood-red comet was spotted in the night sky over the north, your majesty. The common folk are claiming it as a terrible omen. The common folk are on the verge of panic. Is there anything I can do? I'll tell them there's nothing to worry about. You deliver a speech reassuring the peasants of the north that the common isn't a good or a bad thing, just a thing. Probably the Ninth Guard running a chariot or whatever. Fortunately, the common folk take you at your word. After all, if the queen says something, you better listen. The peasants go back to work in the fields, ignoring the common entirely. Your greatness, the loyal noble Chief Tony has been taken hostage. Kidnapped, what do you mean? It's some criminal organization. These horrors miscreants demand gold and safe passage to Ashmead in exchange for Tony's return. Oh. Alright. Everyone knows what to do. Tony, you got kidnapped. Don't you worry. You're coming back, like, immediately. It's like XCOM, so we're probably not going to do it, even at 100%. So, we'll see. Gotta love democracy. I love democracy, too. We physically couldn't afford the first one, and I said no to the third. I'll be ending the vote immediately, since it's the only. This is Russian democracy, you're goddamn right. The Outlaws are no match for the Northern forces, which rushed to Tony's aid. Of course. During the raid, Northern fighters even recovered a hoard of golden gems shared between the Treasury and the Chiefs. I kinda wish... In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, and even Spymaster, but there's one person you can't avoid, your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. Is it really that urgent? Of course. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? Well, guess what, Polishman? You said it was fine if I chose your person last time, and I did. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Polishman, I'll give you one a stream. One a stream. And you got it. Continuous scale. Your Majesty, this is an outrage. Count Arda is trying to steal my bear from under my nose. Arda, what do you have to say for this? It's not his bear. I was about to buy this beast from an adventure in the Tatterlands when Chief Tony turned up shouting and raving about Skirnorn. Tell me more about this bear. She is a magnificent specimen. She'd be a great addition to my menagerie. I suppose this is a matter for the council. Mark my words, if this bear is not brought to the north where she belongs, there'll be trouble. Honestly? Do whatever you want. I'd prefer if the north didn't get it, but, you know. Thyrus voting against their own count? Oh, damn. Alright, well, that's just it. The chiefs gradually purchased the bear from an extortionate amount from the Tatterland adventurer who can't believe her luck. Naturally, the counts aren't happy to have their potential zoo exhibit, but there's little they can do. The bear turns out to be a fearsome creature with bright white fur and intent green eyes, and she's vast. Even on all fours, she stands taller than a wagon. She's transported to the north slowly and carefully, sedated by special herbs and followed by a stream of worshipping villagers. Chief Tony is delighted that Skoronorn's will has been done. Your Majesty, there was a petitioner here today to see you. We're not actually sure where she's from. I assume you have a good reason for letting her in? You'll see soon enough, Your Majesty. Greetings, Your Majesty. My name is Orreed. I have a proposition for you. Tell me more about this proposition. 3 ships are docked in the harbor to the west. Their holds are packed to the gills with muskets and gunpowder, and they each boast a full battery of cannons. I know, Orreed's arrived. I'm already like, yo, I'm about to just say no to my spouses. All yours. In return to our fall favor. What is this favor? I only wish to stay in the kingdom with your blessing and protection. I can show your shoulders how to use this weapon, and of course, to avoid any accidents. Alright, I'll call a vote. Alright, all I'm gonna say is if y'all vote A, y'all might get some greased palms when it comes to next tax season. Let's vote A, chat. I gotta see your whole team vote it though, so Greed's already off. I'll give Tony the chance to let Otter vote. Tony, I'm sorry. Count's getting that tax reduction. You're damn right. Orreed and her weapons probe most useful in the coming months. She and her crew train your officers as promised. Orreed demonstrates by puncturing a metal breastplate at 500 yards. The council has clearly made the right decision. That's kind of interesting to be using yards as measurement. Eligible options. Yes, I know. Your mother leads you to the Great Hall where she's arranged 3 portraits on each. For now, she's covered by a cloth. Let's get this over with. She whisked away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Helga, firstborn daughter of the Northern Tony clan. From what I've heard, she knows exactly what she wants and will do whatever necessary to get it. Even among Northerners, she's made something of a name for herself as a fearsome warrior. She was already engaged once, but it didn't last. Not sure why. I can see the appeal. This is Delvira, the eldest daughter of Eastern Thyrus Dynasty. Forgive the Stunian expression, I'm sure that's caused by an errant brushstroke. She had a laboratory installed in her castle and spends most of her time there, conducting bizarre experiments. She did have to suppress a peasant revolt on her lands recently. I wonder why. Don't see what all the fuss is about. And finally, from the coast, we have Clovia, the wealthy heiress to the Lord Patrician King Israel's estate. She wasn't originally the heiress, but her elder sister had an unfortunate accident. She recently gave away half her fortune to the church. Much to everyone's surprise, the common folk hate her for some reason. Who cares what they think? Could be worse, could be better. Damn, I don't like any of these candidates. All these candidates are kind of bad. I've made my decision. My liege, sadly, we are still working on introducing this new metric system. Oh my god, it's probably those damn Republic. Republic of Kurth bastards out here in their fancy base 10 measuring system. Alright, I don't know what to do. I really don't like any of them. What happens if I refuse to marry? Does anyone know? Does anyone know what happens? Kurth is good. Kurth is bad. You die instantly. Xavius, are you in this game? Oh, welcome. You joined? You're on Chiefs. Peasant Party Queen. I can't marry the North because that'll raise their shit. Clovia of the Coast. This was the peasant uprising, right? Alright, East, if you want me to marry... Do you want me to marry you, East? I mean, I can pay you like that. Marry a peasant? Can I do that? I refuse to marry any of them. Without a marriage, you are alone. No alliance, no support, and not to mention an insult to the most powerful families in the kingdom. What possibly could you have for choosing... What reason could you possibly have for choosing not to marry him? Maybe I actually should get married. I don't want to deal with that. I think we're gonna go for the coast. I am a coward. I am a coward, so I think I'm gonna... Wait, how long do they need to complete this? 2 seasons. Okay, so... Alright, I'm gonna go... Alright, I'm going the coast. I took too long. I'm going the coast. I really meant to pick counts, but oh well. Anchored a few miles from the sunny coast, Lord Patrician and King Israel invited his closest confidants aboard his yacht. Given the recent turmoil, the council is calling for the Queen's inner circle to resign. We need to increase the pressure. If the Queen is in a weak position, she's got no choice to bow to our demands. No more interfering spy master, no more marshal, chancellor, or treasurer. A whole new inner circle, all made up of patricians. For the next stage of their scheme, authority 4 or less. The Kurth captain you allowed to stay in the capital. The one who traded those weapons, she has been the cause of some concern. Nobles complain that she has been rude, confrontational, and she doesn't know royal etiquette after all. Worse, some expect her of being a Kurth spy. Very well, I'll have a word. You find Ori pacing in the halls, far from her assigned chambers. Can I help you? Birth County hunters banned on the coast not long ago. I see where you're going with this. Exactly, they're looking for me. I did not expect them to come here. Clearly I was wrong. You'll be fine if you stay with me. Are you sure? I am the queen, nowhere is safer. Very well. I hope my trust is not misplaced. Your greatness, too long have we let the tension simmer between us. We are citizens of the same kingdom, are we not? I just want to assure you that chiefs are loyal despite the rumors, and I can prove it. Let us hold a ceremony of friendship where we renew our feudal vows. What does that involve? Basically a big party followed by a renewal of our vows of loyalty. This is a chiefs-only affair, by the way. Other regions are not invited, though unfortunately, we still need council approval to open the treasury's purse strings. Oh no. Oh, Zweifriend, welcome. You were on Patricians. We started a new stream because we just finished another game. This is the second game. I'm just gonna do this. Welcome to the game though, Zweifriend. I appreciate you joining. I know there are other streams, so I appreciate you picking mine. Alright, I'll be ending. Oh, alright, people have already all voted. Wasted time. Mother of Mountains! This was our chance to bring the kingdom back together! Shame on you all! Your wedding to Clavia is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike are traveling from across the realm to attend. For a weekend day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you are standing in St. Bridget's Cathedral with Clovia at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I changed my mind. I can't do this. You flee from the cathedral, leaving the guest and archbishop in stunned silence. I knew this was too good to be true. I saw 8 crows perched outside, you know, an omen of this misfortune. Alright everybody, looks like the wedding is off. Let me take this opportunity to deliver a sermon. You run until the muttering of the crowd is lost in the winds. Looking around you, you find yourself in the palace garden. Sitting on a bench, you try to compose yourself. When you look up, you see your mother watching you sympathetically. I won't ask you why you did it, I'll just ask, what do you plan to do now? You always were an unruly child. Your days of hedonism are behind you now. No matter what you think, you are supposed to be a queen. Queens don't have the luxury of freedom. You'll learn that sooner or later. Up in the north, Chief Otter Valinor is hosting a great feast up in their clan hall. As you said, you had a surprise for me? Aye, here it is. Behold, your greatness. What are you doing here at such an hour? I'm sorry. I hope I didn't overhear any. Ah, quit babbling, you skated twat. This isn't the queen. It's a peasant who's the queen's spitting image. Gods be good, and just in time. The spy master trusts us so much he hasn't noticed we're fortifying our border. That means we can move to the next phase, kidnapping the queen and placing this fool in her place. How do we manage that? We need the kingdom to be in utter chaos, bad enough the queen's abductions can slip past. Stability to 4 or less. Late in the night, 2 counts meet in an ancient stone cemetery to discuss their schemes against the queen. Our grain stores are looking much more impressive than the rest of the kingdom. Yes, and I've had peasants from the north moving into my lands, desperate to sponge off our prosperity. How exquisite. But won't summoning this demon be difficult? It's a magic beyond our usual fare. The walls of reality are sturdy, but they can be weakened, and a tide of blood must swallow this kingdom in its wake. Chaos. Stability to 4 or less. Your Majesty, these good folks are bounty hunters representing the Republic of Curse, they say. Queen Chara, we greet you humbly. How may I help you? We are searching for someone, a fugitive you might say. She is under my protection. As we feared, still, perhaps we can work out a deal. The Grand Pensionary of Kurth is offering a large bounty for the return of this woman, and we are sure that an esteemed queen such as yourself will not risk drawing Kurth's ire. As proof of our goodwill, we will even allow you to keep the firearms that were stolen. Okay. What's happening, everyone? I prefer C. I mean, C's good for y'all. Lowers my treasury, ups your military. I don't know. That's just what happened. That's how I got to marry or read last time. That's what we chose. So that's what we're doing. All right, I'll be ending the vote once this happens. The bounty hunters do not take long to consider your offer. They return to Kurth with the head of the nameless prisoner. You hope officials back in the Republic will be none the wiser. Ori decides to stay in the kingdom, offering her advisory services to your navy as payment for sparing her. A hungry bear. Our wondrous bear is thriving in the north, your highness, just as Scuridnorn would have wished. The god speakers have gained visions of new herbs and medicines ever since she arrived. Thank the gods. Can you share this knowledge with the rest of the kingdom? Maybe. I'd have to ask the God Speaker about that. It's sacred knowledge after all. The only thing that is, she's eating a lot. Our hunters have to push into the frozen waste to find food to go around. Having second thoughts, are you? Perhaps the bear would do better in a nice cozy menagerie, I have a feeling y'all are gonna go for this one. I'll iron choice it, in case y'all do go it. Alright. Majority on B. I'll be ending the second it ends. Oh no, it looks like I'll have to take a loan out from Kurth. A damn shame. Fine fish from Saul, venison from the Tatterlands, even some Ashmedian beef. It all arrives in the north to help the chiefs support their sacred bear. She eats remarkably well and grows sleeker and happier by the day. As do the chiefs, who can take the choicest cuts of meat and the ripest vegetables for themselves. Your Majesty, we're being overrun. Not by sword and spear, mind you, but by arrowroot. A particularly violent breed of Ashmedian arrowroot, to be precise. It grows so fast that it smothers our forests to death. The very same forest we used to hunt for our game. Thousands of native species could be at risk. The council must do something. Alright. Left unchecked, the area will continue to spread, wreaking havoc on the eastern ecosystem. Though it eventually settles into an ecological niche and stabilizes without spreading into other regions, the new balance comes at a heavy cost. Alright. Green, you're all really looking to... Oh, well, never mind. It looks like stability's going down regardless. Military up. Damn, that's the one I was hoping wouldn't go through. Listen, all I'm saying, when two teams work together, I mean, someone has to win. Just one time I'd like to win my first playthrough. It always happens on the second. When there's a loyalist party. F and B. Okay, so authority down, stability down. Looks like everyone's on the third stage of their thing. Your Majesty, I've seen worrying reports. Worrying and confusing. I'm constantly worried and confused. Yes, Your Majesty, I did get that impression. I've received reports from one of my little birdies in Chief Otterland's clan castle. They have the most unusual guests. Who? You, Your Majesty, or someone looks like you. I have no reason to suspect the chiefs of plotting anything, yet I can't get this squared away. Unfortunately, I can't devote too many resources to solving this puzzle with the kingdom in such a lamentable state. Too busy fighting fires elsewhere. I recommend you call a meeting of the council to try to do something about put a stop to this. Democracy, everyone. By doing this, I force the others to do the same for that purple, unless they want purple to win. You send your best knights to kick down doors, rampage through the northern halls, searching for your doppelganger. It doesn't accomplish much except taking off the chiefs. If the doppelganger does this, she's been moved to a safe location, but at least you bought yourself some time. You hampered the efforts. Your Highness, an urgent matter. My agents suspect there's a reason behind the recent unrest. The Count is stirring up chaos to power some sort of dark ritual. I knew they were ungodly. Exactly, Your Highness. This proves what we've suspected for years. We must fight back. Is this 5? Oh, okay. So, if I do that, I get SWTOR authority. So, y'all vote whatever. If y'all vote C, the counts will get the next stage of their thing before the rest of you. So it's... I personally prefer A or B, but I know I did iron choice on B because I know that green would all vote A. Alright. I will... And that's all the votes. Order their kingdom-wide curfew to calm things down. A few citizens approve the curfew, but things do settle down enough throughout the kingdom. You can only hope it's enough to stop the counts. About your heir. Despite everything, you still refuse to get married, and it's unwise, but I'm willing to accept that I can't persuade you otherwise. There's one other thing you're missing, however. It's something more important than a spouse, an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own will do the trick, even if they are a bastard or the youngest of your many cousins. The nobles won't be too happy with a low-born child being elevated to royal status. I urge you to reconsider. My mind is made up. I'm sure history will remember you as a champion of the people, if it remembers you at all. I'll make the necessary arrangements. A pair of counts face each other in silence. A code word is exchanged. They speak of their latest scheme. What happened? The kingdom was meant to be a whirlpool of chaos by now. It's more like a whirlpool of smiles and hugs. No demon will come anywhere near it. 4 or less? Somewhere along the coast, Lord Patrician King Israel strolls in his olive grove, accompanied by his close friends. The ninth god has finally answered our prayers, my friend. The council demands that the queen's advisors resign, and the queen is just too weak to resist. Our replacements are waiting in the wings. Once our advisors surround the queen, we'll have complete control of what she hears will shape reality. We'll treat the queen like a mushroom, keep her in the dark and feed her. Now, let's not get too vulgar. The question is, what do we do with this control? Oh my god, please. Y'all could do raise stability. Could also do raise others' defiance. I will just cruel tax everyone. Once we've taken over the queen's inner circle, we'll convince her to abdicate for the good of the kingdom, of course. Of course, and we'll appoint our claimant in her place, I assume? Indeed. Won't other regions be furious? Not if they despise the current queen. They'll welcome a new monarch with open arms, even if it's a coast dweller. A total of 13. Oof, I can't bribe you. I'm sorry, counts. I'll remember it so that way I can actually pay you back. A special surprise! Though it's been a long day of the council sessions, you stopped by Ori's quarters before retiring for the night. The chancellor mentioned that she wanted to see you. Inside, you're met by a peculiar sight. She laid out a table with expensive food, a bottle of wine cools, and an ice bucket. Candles flicker in the darkness, your luminance. I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for keeping me safe. Is this what I think it is? It's merely a token of my gratitude, my queen, or at least the least I could do. Are you imagining it, or do you hear a tinge of affection in the way she says my queen? She's never called you that before. Join her and be merry. You enjoy a night of good wine and questionable food. She tells you stories of far away, misladen Kurth, her former life as a senator, and her escapades as an outlaw. To tell you the truth, my crimes against Kurth were more than I initially let on. If I had succeeded, you might have called it a coup. But the Republic is not what it once was. I was young and headstrong. I understand you want to change things. Yes, that's me in a nutshell, always aiming high. She glides closer to you, her wine-speckled lips glistening in the candlelight, a stray hand creased behind your shoulder. Never stop aiming high. She leans in, her eyes fluttering, draw her in for a passionate kiss. You lose yourself in her embrace. Suddenly you forget your crown, your responsibilities, your whole kingdom. All that matters is her. I'm sorry, we shouldn't have done that. I want to be with you. And I... with you, but your advisors, your nobles, wouldn't they get suspicious? I can't hide in the shadows forever. Then marry me. You want that? If that's what you want. Of course. Yes, I will. She looks uncharacteristically timid for a moment, then embraces you. Let us spend the night together and celebrate a little longer. There'll be a lot to straighten out in the coming months. You do so gladly. Wine-fueled, laughter-ridden night ensues. You wake up the next morning with a splitting headache, or read strong arms wrapped around you. Bankruptcy loans. What do you suggest we do? Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. You can get a bank loan, sell off jewels, or crack open a predecessor's tomb. The Bank of Salvat and Gaul operates from the fabulously wealthy Republic of Kurth all the way from across the Western Sea. They assure you, however, they maintain total independence from the Republic. The banker they send to take your signature has delicate hands and sharp teeth. He watches as you put pen to paper, eyes glittering. You're making an excellent decision, Your Majesty. You shall pay us back with 25% interest in a year. Saddling the kingdom in debt isn't great optics, but you had no other choice. Chief Tony Carlstrom and his friends have locked themselves in their lodges and are refusing to come out. They say they're learning the ways of the SWTOR. Meanwhile, our trade routes are drying up because of their negligence. By the blood of the dead, I swear it wasn't that damn bear's fault. A dangerous thing indeed, Your Majesty. I know we tolerate much of these heathen practices in the north, but it's too much. How could it be the bear's fault? The chiefs believe the bear is sacred to their false god. Apparently SWTOR is a deity of wisdom and medicine. What do we do, Your Majesty? Our traders will lose their livelihoods if we can't sell honey to the northerners. Alright. Let's do it. Let's see what are we all voting. Alright, looks like we're getting the B votes. One more in its majority, unless everyone votes A, unless the last person votes A. Who is it? Otter, if you vote A, I most likely will pick it. No, I actually won't, I lied. Okay. When the chiefs emerge from their lodges, they find the Chancellor waiting. They reluctantly agree to spread the word of what they learned from their visions. As the rest of the kingdom puts their visions into practice, the crops flourish. The Archbishop claims it's a coincidence and isn't best pleased about farming techniques coming from a heathen god. The peasants and nobles alike praise the crown and SWTOR's wisdom. Meanwhile, the sacred bear remains happy and pampered in the northern lands. Up in the north, Chief Otter has gathered their fellow plotters for a hike through the mountains. The kingdom isn't exactly peaceful, but there's still no way we could state the abduction of the queen without being noticed. We need chaos. The chief's lower stability. So, oh. Your Highness, those damn chiefs are up to their old tricks. Chief Xavius has been leading their warriors into raids on my land. Nobody was hurt, but they shook down my peasants for petty coin and stole cabbages straight from my field. How dare you accuse me of something like that again? And it'll be my actual answer to your greatness. I have no idea why Count Thyrus is talking about. Maybe he's had too much wine. This is all y'all. I'm confused. Oh wait, no. The rest of people need to vote A unless they want green to get some ticks up, which I think it will raise their defiance to what they need. So, who else needs to vote? Xavius and Otter need to vote A unless, because it'll go up and they need 14 or 13 and they're already at 11. Xavius, I'll give you 5 seconds to vote. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. It goes up either way. No, it switches Xavius. Xavius with the first one, they each switch. Defiance goes up. Oh. I just had to talk Xavius into voting, eh? I would be honor bound to pay back what I stole, if I stole anything in the first place. Drakov's bone, shut up. The council has spoken. Now here's my bill. Grumbling Chief Xavius pays up. You'd be surprised if that was the end of it. If this wasn't the end of it. Oof. Alright. A new festival? I gotta lower defiance before. Your Majesty, I was going through the history books. Alright, I missed that. During the reign of Queen Aga, the kingdom once held a huge parade in honor of all regions coming together. It was called the Day of Kinship. It was quite the party. That sounds exciting. Visitors flocked to the capital and the city flourished. I hear it made things much more harmonious across the kingdom, too. I suggest we reinstate it. Let's do it. You're wonderful, Your Majesty. The question is, how much money do you want to spend on the Day of Kinship? I'm sure the nobles will have opinions on the subject. Alright, I know y'all want me to spend money, so just vote A. Bankrupt my ass. I can't take out another thing. The next thing I have to do to raise capital is either tax or crack open a vault. Alright, I'll be ending 5 seconds after the vote. I will count down. Oh, alright, that's it. Money is no object. The treasurer looks worried, but scribbles down notes. Stiltwalkers, contortionists, excellent. I'll make arrangements discreetly. She and the chancellor leave deep in conversation. Soon, word of the Day of Kinship spreads across all the kingdom. Guests are already planning their outfits. Alright, time for it all to go up in flames. Before you can marry Ori, you have to the unenviable job of informing. Oh, everyone goes up by like 2 or 4, right? You have the unenviable job of informing the nobles you plan to elope. What is it, your esteemed highness? It's not long until my afternoon nap. Okay, it's all one, that's fine. You're doing what? Ori stands behind you, brandishing her flintlock pistol with exaggerated movements. I'm sorry, Lord Patrician's Zweifrund. Do you have any problems with that arrangement? But your esteemed highness, she's from Kurth. Those bastards don't even believe in monarchy. I still think she's a spy, personally. Despite your noble's protests, your mother is able to persuade the archbishop to go through with the ceremony. It's not long before you find yourself in St. Bertram's Cathedral with Oreed by your side. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you queen and wife. Once you're finally done, Oreed cracks out another bottle of wine. Where does she keep getting those? You wonder if she's been in your stash. So passes another night of raucous laughter and drunken escapades. Part of you wishes it could go on forever, but the kingdom won't run itself. Okay, let's do this real quick, because I know what each of these are going to do. It's going to re-raise defiance. Your Majesty, the Day of Kinship has arrived. Today the region will come together to honor the achievements of Queen Aga, the Reconciliator. And to show the kingdom who's really in charge. Yes, of course, but perhaps it's better not to make it too much of that. This is a time for fun and festivity, after all. Let's not rock the boat. Thousands of visitors gather, eager for the glorious spectacle. Many camped out overnight for the best spaces. The streets are lined with stalls selling food from across the kingdom. Your float awaits, Your Majesty. You ascend the steps to your parade float. It's as tall as a small cottage and wider than an elephant. 10 horses are at the ready to pull it forward. You chose to build a statue of... The nobles of different regions cooperating. Upon the float stands the models of nobles, happily shaking hands and proudly surveying buildings they've ordered. You take your place at the front. The horses drive forward and the crowd roars in excitement, clapping and cheering, throwing rose petals. You get used to this. As you make your way around the capital, the other floats follow in your wake. Xavius and several other chiefs stand atop a model mountain on the northern float, dressed in ceremonial kilts. An effigy of an ice giant towers over them, glaring at the crowd. Upon the eastern float sits a model of the Black Spire, the tower originally built by Queen Xenia. Arda and the other Cape Counts stand around it, each holding a flaming torch. None of them look particularly festive. The coastal float is a singular crest of an ocean wave. Zweifrund and the other patricians are dressed in shimmering chiffon and shiny brocade, masts dripping with jewels. The whole thing glitters in the sunshine. By the time your parade reaches the lush gardens of St. Serena's Park, it's sunset. Towering bonfires banish the dusk. Very jolly, eh, Your Majesty? The Chancellor's been looking forward to this for weeks. Can I get you a drink? Get me many drinks. She brings you back an entire tray of wine bottles. Let me tell you something about this Marshal. This Marshal's the greatest person on my council. Maybe besides the Spy Master was a close second. But this Marshal's just always down. Always down to scrap, always down to drink. The rest of the night gets a little hazy. The next thing you know, morning sunlight is burning through your eyelids as you awake near your parade float. Models of patricians are staring at you. Ninth god would happen. Nearby, Arda picks himself up from the wreck of the eastern float. By the blood of the dead, what a night! Did I break something? You broke up a piece of the coastal float and threw it into the ornamental lake, Your August Majesty. I remember now. That was brilliant. You drag yourself back to the palace where you enjoy a long, luxurious snooze. The patricians are asking you to apologize for your behavior during the day of kinship. You caused quite a stir. But Count Arda says you were just throwing yourself into the festivities and you did nothing wrong. I'll send a gift to apologize. You have the Chancellor arrange a lavish gift basket to be sent to Zweifrund's estate. Soon the grumbling dies down. A successful day of kinship indeed. The Spy Master... Did your Spy Master told you no second chances once? I'm on my 8th chance by now. The Spy Master is the Descendant of the East? Are they? Alright. I just spent all that money and stuff because these two are gonna kill my Defiance. Unfortunate tidings, Your Esteemed Highness. A meddling wizard set up shop in Zirconis. I believe it is Gordus, the Stone Talker. Why is this a problem? He has put out a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Droves of unwashed, glory-seeking citizens from all over the coast are lining up for their chance. Not just peasants, I, Otter Valinor, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but these villagers are no match. I'll be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen. You couldn't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant self. We can't let this go ahead. To have a potential wizard on the council will present a clear and dangerous conflict of interest, and we shall assemble the council. My humblest thanks, Your Serene Highness. Everyone, you get money if you vote B. So vote B. Merry Cheesy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You have not joined the game. You don't need the game to join. You can just !, join, and then space your pronouns. So if you'd like to join, you'll most likely be put on the counts team, I believe, but this game just puts people where they want. You get 500 gold if you vote B. So vote B, my friends. Get your 500 gold. Whoever's the who's left? Who do I gotta... King Israel and Polishman. I'll be a generous monarch and let King Israel. Do you want to break the vote? Are you here? Oh, King Israel said BRB. All right. Well, I'm gonna end the vote because we don't know how long that's gonna be. I'll count down though. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. He has not come back or voted. I'm ending the vote. I'm sorry, I need that, buddy. I suppose that is an acceptable compromise. Otter begins their journey to Zerkos immediately. Their successor, Chief Ottoverna, inherits their position on the council, but the treasurer confiscates the vast majority of their wealth as payment. The presence of Zerkonis attracts all sorts of visitors through the power of his latent magic. Power of his latent magic starts to wilt crops for miles around. Oh, great. Oh, your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. The council is filled with nervous silence. My daughter. The silence continues, except for a few stifled coughs. After the awkward pause has stretched out for over a minute, there's finally some sporadic applause. The nobles don't appreciate you inducting a low-born child into the royal family, but whether they like it or not, by designating an heir, you cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your August Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on adopting an heir. Hoi, welcome. I didn't see you join. Welcome. You are on the patricians. What is her name? Chara II. Excellent, Your Serene Highness. I'm sure little Chara II will be a chip off the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Fulfill the ambition. It's a real shame they didn't put you on the counts. Alright, I'm starting the vote. Thyris, Arda, you fun bee. You might get a second tax break. I mean, who wants a tax break? You get bribes and tax breaks by voting, slapping money into B. Okay, no, that's fair. I agree. You're right. Polishman. I'm gonna remember that, Polishman, if that makes it. Hoi Green? Okay. You're getting, yep. You're getting it. Don't worry, Polishman. Oh, you're not getting it anymore, Polishman. I'm sorry. Adam Perfectionist Gamer is about to raid us. Adam Perfectionist Gamer, thank you so much for the raid. I will wait a couple seconds for your viewers to join the game. Everyone, it's !join space pronouns. Greetings, raiders. Help us destroy the stability of the kingdom. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. !join to join. Where's my money? You get your tax when taxes. Your ambition. At the start of your reign, you wanted to be the greatest queen who ever lived, but so far you've not convinced anyone. Your current ambition isn't working out for you. If you want to stop the nobles from overthrowing you, you need to pivot, change your image. My advice would be to infiltrate each region with loyal spies, defeat their schemes with schemes of your own. Thank you, Adam Perfectionist. I would give you T. How do I do that? T. There is no T emote. The common folk are sleeping, or a sleeping giant that even the nobles are afraid to wake. If you become beloved by the peasants, the nobles wouldn't dare overthrow you for fear of revolution. Here's another idea. Declare war on the Ashmedians. The nobles will forget their schemes if you win. Don't listen to the rest of these fools. Have you heard of the Scepter of the Sages? It's a lost artifact forged by Queen Alma the Wise. There is a legend that any queen who recovers it will rule over a golden age. A wise decision, Your Majesty. I've already taken the liberty of contacting the Ashmedian ambassador. Negotiating your ender's surrender, I hope? Aha, no. The Ashmedian Empire is far larger than your kingdom. Didn't you wonder why we never squashed you like a bug? It's because we're divided by internal conflicts. It may seem that the Empire is ruled by its emperor. In reality, Ashmed is ruled by its generals, who battle endlessly for control of the capital. So why are you here? I'm representing General Thalacanth, whose lands are safely distant from your border. If you wish to invade, all we ask is you send us a signal. We'll launch a civil war, taking advantage of the chaos to bump off some of our own rivals. A bold plan. I will leave you to think on my words. If we take advantage of this, we may actually have a chance. If you beat our oldest enemy, that would shut the nobles up for good. But winning won't be easy. You'll still have to raise farming and military as much as you can. Of course, there can't be open rebellion. A plot uncovered. I've held her off for as long as I can, Your Majesty, but Lady Patrician Hoy insists on an audience. Apparently it concerns the end of the world, though. Privately, I think she's gone off the deep end. We've not much time, Your Majesty, Your Esteemed Highness. Let me present you my grand theory, what I call the road to Toad Town. First off, your controversial wedding to Oreed, a manufactured spectacle meant to distract and confuse, but I saw through it immediately. While everyone focuses on that, frog people from the north scheme to take the throne and usurp the queen. Straight forward from here, the frog people led by Chief Marta manipulate the kingdom's trade, farming and military, and even faith to achieve their nefarious goals. If they succeed, Marta will take the throne, plunging the kingdom into a reign of amphibian terror, mandatory pawn spawning and flying. Do you like eating bugs, Your Serene Highness? And skeptics may claim, well, what about how you saw the truth behind the ninth comet? To that I say, you fell for it, you fools. That's exactly what they want you to think. The real evidence is clear. The only question is, what will you do about it? Alright, what are we doing? Oh, Tony, I'm sorry I didn't see you leave, but good night if you're still here. I will be ending the vote in 5. Otter, it's your vote, by the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aha, oh, aha, oh, ho, 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 of course you ignore me. This fits right into my model. The rock goes all the way to the top. Before she could continue, the palace watch yanked her away with enthusiasm, throwing her out from the council hall, closing the door. The rest of the patricians are also released, signing us the rotten tooth has been extracted. Still, the public airing of your misdeeds puts a dent in your image. Retaliation. Your Highness, I'm here to complain about Chief Xavius' raiding of my land again. This time, they even left a calling card with their signature after pillaging one of my caravans. The audacity. The council forced me to repay Count Theris for raids I never conducted in the first place. Let the crime fit the punishment. Now we're even. Sevenths take us. That is not remotely how it works. I demand the council arrest this fool. Couldn't be me. You know, Xavius, it couldn't be you. So, just flat out, because it couldn't be you, Xavius, I'm going to get rid of the one that lowers stability. Because I know it couldn't be you, right? Like, it just couldn't for a fact not be you. I mean, be you. Oops. I just want to check. Otter, are you here? Otter? I'll be ending the vote again. Just let me know if you're here, though. So I'll stop ending the vote if you're thinking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You want to put troops along the border? I suppose it could help keep peace. Gods be good, this is a total overreaction. And what do you think will happen to northern and eastern soldiers guarding some border? This could lead to civil war. But despite Chief Xavius' misgivings, no major incidents are reported, not at least for first. Please be tax season. Thank God. I promised them taxes and them taxes. Oh wait, no, it didn't go through, so you're not getting it. But they are. No, Polish, it didn't go through. The stability didn't go through. Someone else, no, the stability did not go through. Someone snuck something else in. Someone lowered, no, it was lower military and lower stability. That's what got through. Who? Alright, who? It didn't go through, but I will. B was authority. What you asked for went through. Alright, everyone gets their tax cut. Let's start with the ambition first. For the last few months, your marshal has been crisscrossing across the kingdom, drumming up troops in preparation for your first strike at the Ashmedi Empire. Today, at last, she has returned, and she's brought one of the patricians with her. Your Majesty, the nobles are proving reluctant to commit their soldiers to your cause. They've sent a delegation to speak with you, your esteemed highness. Of course we will support all-out war with the accursed dogs of Ashmead. Of course we do. We're more patriotic than anyone, but we're concerned about the harvest. Your marshal is telling us all our able-bodied levies to raise all our able-bodied levies. If we do that, who's going to gather the troops? The kingdom could starve. We wouldn't want that. Just damn cowardice, if you ask me, your majesty. But all the nobles are echoing this nonsense. The fools are worried about going hungry over the next few years. Unless we can persuade them that the kingdom will survive, they won't commit their full forces to our banner. Assure her. Fuck! No! Regrettably, your serene highness, we just can't commit to the war right now. The kingdom would starve. Damn cowards, a lot of you. Don't call us cowards. My highness is a proud tradition of bravely sending off peasants to die on Ashmedian fields, and I would dare disrespect that. Just give us time to build supplies first. I couldn't bear to go the entire year without brunch. It proves impossible to convince your nobles to lend their banners to your crusade against the Ashmead, not while the granaries stand empty. To improve your chance, raise farming and mill. Oh my god, can we double war? Can we go to war with Ashmead and Kirk? Gods be good. How many times do I have to tell you? They're not my responsibility anymore. It was your parent who stole all my gold. Someone must pay. Have mercy, your highness. The former chief auditor turned up to my estate demanding my jewelry and valuables, saying they were needed in Zirconis for research. They kept babbling about strong electromagnetic fields or some nonsense. I warned you, wizards cause much trouble. Everyone get 500 gold for voting C. $500 gold for C. And if you are watching the stream and haven't joined, it's ! join to join. Alright, I'll be ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And no one else has voted. I'll end the vote. I saw this Vi vote, but it voted for B. You send out summons, but receive no answer. Either Gordius thinks you are not a threat, or you're simply not worth his time. In the meanwhile, more patricians are soon deprived from their valuables. Chicken, cigars, family heirlooms, and a few prized hogs, all in the name of progress, or so order claims. Greetings, your majesty. I'm here on behalf of Salvant and Gaul to collect what we are owed. You and what army? The Republic of Curse guarantees all our loans to foreign states. If you fail to pay your debt, you will be the subject of aggressive trade sanctions and eventually war. You owe us a grand total of that much money. No. It does not pay to defy Savant and Gaunt, your majesty. We will return to the Republic of Kurth and reform the Grand Penitentiary that are refusing to pay debts. Your Majesty, the Republic of Kurth has levied extreme trade sanctions against us for our perceived crimes against them, notably our inability to repay the loan. We don't need Kurth. They're our biggest trade partner by far, your Majesty, and our economy is basically on fire, so what can we do? That's for the Council to decide. Kurth must also be suffering from this, but we can't afford to wait them out. Our people will soon run out of basic necessities. Alright, honestly, B is like the best choice for the year 2. Because you're gonna get that stability down. But it's also good for me. Sort of, because it raises farming. I'm kind of surprised you're doing D, but honestly, let's do D. Why not? Let's smack them around. I have faith in the Navy. Alright, I'll be ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The only chief is Xavius. And Xavius did not vote. The Navy starts patrolling the Ghost Sea, intercepting Kurth vessels and taking plunder wherever they can find it. Of course, Kurth is quick to respond in kind. The trade war heats up, flaring into open battles on the high seas. Your Majesty, grim tidings from our new prison. Let me guess, what happened? It's not a prison exactly. The prison sits next to a grove of trees. There's one especially rare one, the Greater Arrow Tree. It was planted by Queen Alma the Wise herself and stands over 200 feet tall. It's a very tall tree. Indeed, it is, Your Grace. But that's part of the problem. Lamentably, all the visitors to our newly built prison are disturbing the soil, and the Greater Arrow Tree is dying. Alright, I'll be ending the stream. Ending the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! After your proclamation, people give the Greater Arrow Tree a wide berth, fearing for their necks. It recovers its health and flourishes, casting the prison in dappled shadow. It becomes a symbol of not only the Queen of Alma, the Wise, but of your wisdom in protecting your kingdom's natural beauty. Alright, this is going to lower stability and raised... Your troops started it. No, yours did. They threw stones, and yours responded with arrows, Your Majesty. The tensions have been simmering. Oh, great. Oh, well. Last night, those tensions exploded. I can't work out who started it, but the soldiers attacked each other. The Easterners took heavy losses, while the Northerners are largely unhurt. You need to stop this from happening again. All I can do is say 500 gold if y'all vote B. That's all I can really say. Y'all all need the money. I think if y'all vote A, y'all might make the patricians win. But, Xavius here. Xavius. Is Xavius gonna break the vote? I'll count down from 5, 4. Oh wait, there's also another poll. King Israel. 3. Oh, he left. 2, 1. No vote. I will end the vote now. Oh, that's fine. You do what with them? That's not fine. Oh, that's also not fine. Don't blame me, you all voted for it. Your nobles leave the council in a foul mood. Soon enough, the coastal troops are occupying the northern border. The new soldiers don't understand the custom, the accents, and they don't hide to the same. They openly take bribes, get into fights, and cause trouble. Soon the counts and the chiefs are finally united in one thing, their hatred of the patricians. Assure the nobles it'll work. By the 9th, Your August Majesty, you're right. The kingdom can survive a few hungry winters if it means teaching those medium bastards a lesson. That's the spirit. I trust we have the backing of the patricians in starting this war then. Yes, Your Serene Highness, let's do it. One by one, your marshal approaches the nobles of your council, seeking their approval for the launch of the war against Ashmead. Aye, aye, Your Highness. The chiefs will never back down and fight. You have our axes. Very well, Your Highness. If you must pursue this hopeless crusade, let it never be said that the count stayed at home and hid. The nobles are finally united. Let's go to war. I like the sound of your enthusiasm, but it's been a long time since the kingdom mobilized much as his army. We need to ensure they're up for the task. I'll assemble the troops at once, Your Majesty. When your marshal returns to the capital a month later, she is at the head of an army. The soldiers set up camp outside their walls, their armor gleaming crimson in the light of the dawn. Inspect your troops. The camp stretches for miles outside the walls of the city. The ground has been churned to mud under tens of thousands of boots. As you approach, you are greeted by an awesome sight. Rank upon rank of hard-faced footmen, holding swords aloft, knights on horseback, their plate mail glinting. Archers and crossbow train furiously, hitting target after target. Beautiful, ain't it? Let's bring Ashmead to their knees. Blood for the 9th god. Your soldiers let out a full-throated roar. For the kingdom, for the queen! The army is vast, stinking, hungry monster that swallows up the landscape as it marches south. When you arrive at the border, your soldiers spill across like a flood, sweeping away the surprised Ashmeadian sentries in their path. To tell the truth, you didn't see much of the fighting. Your job is just to give inspirational speeches before the battle starts, wave your sword around, and duck back behind your tent. Despite that, or perhaps because of that, your first Ashmeadian campaign is a huge success. By the time you return to the capital for winter, you've conquered almost 100 miles of territory along the border. As the city gates swing open, you're greeted by a rush of joyous sound. Clapping, cheering, peasants are throwing roses at your carriage. Trailing behind you, of course, is a retinue of wounded soldiers nursing deep-seated trauma and grieving their lost comrades. The peasants largely ignore them. All hail the queen, the conquering hero. Give the sword a little waggle. Several peasants swoon in delight. When you return to the palace, your wife is waiting for you, your heir, Chara II, in her arms. My darling, you're finally back. I've been breathlessly following the tales of your conquests. I only wish you'd brought me along. It sounds like good fun, but I understand. Someone needs to hold down the fort. We have much to talk about. Little Chara II has been growing up so fast in your absence. Sorry, dear, but the council's requested a meeting. Of course. We'll hurry back, my love. As you step back into the council's presence for the first time in many months, the nobles all look up with you with trepidation. Welcome back, Your August Majesty. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your victory. But now, we can get back to the business of ruling. There are many votes that need your attention. Did you forget there's a war on? But what about democracy, the Constitution? Did the Queen misspeak? We may have won a victory, but the Ashmead will strike back, and strike back hard. We don't have time for votes. We need to prepare, and if you squabbling bastards don't unite behind the Queen right away, you'll wake up next year with Ashmeadian soldiers in your bedchambers. Do I make myself clear? Crystal. Then let's begin discussing the plans for our next campaign. Aye, your greatness, whatever you say. After that, the nobles never defy you again, but it's not like your life gets easier. Your Majesty, I hate to interrupt your meeting, but I just received word that the Ashmeadian Empire is marching on our newly conquered territories. They're sending 30 regiments. We need to mobilize immediately. With a sigh, you head back to the palace to say goodbye to your wife. Here you go again. Alright, all that remained of the chief's attempt to usurp the crown was a prisoner deep under the palace, clad in an iron mask and shrouded in rumor. Rushing to complete the scheme, the counts attempted their blood ritual too early. The summoned demon escaped their control and slaughtered dozens, including Vanja and Count Arda. The patricians attempted to replace the queen's advisor, never panned out. One night, Lord Patrician King Israel awoke to find a smiling spymaster holding a knife to his throat and kindly asking him to desist. Queen Chara's reign spanned another 15 glorious years, mostly spent fighting in foreign fields she conquered from Tavaline in Ashmead. Lost it, campaigned to get it back. By the time the old warrior died, she was battle-scarred and celebrated as a hero. But most of all, she was tired. Let's go! My first victory on my first playthrough. 3 years, 3 months, richest Xavius, poorest King Israel. Alright. I'm gonna continue this game. Maybe, if everyone wants to do it, I'll continue. I'm just gonna head to